Thank you very much. Hello, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania. Well, I'm thrilled to be back in the state that gave us American independence. You know that? American steel, which we now have coming back, by the way, like never before, and generations of American patriots. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. This is an incredible time for our country. The unemployment rate in Pennsylvania has just reached an all-time historic low. That's a pretty good stat. How do you beat that? Somebody's going to come and run, and they're going to say they're going to do good. In the history of this country, you just hit an all-time low. That's pretty tough to beat. We've ended the last administration's 8-year war on Pennsylvania energy, and we're unleashing clean coal and shale, and America is now the #1 producer of oil and natural gas anywhere in the world. Man, this is a lot of people. I think next time we'll just have to get a bigger hangar. That's a big hangar. We're going to have to get a bigger. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know, I thought that was the sun in my eyes. It's these stupid lights, these people. I mean, what are they doing? Is there any way they can turn those lights down, folks? Crazy. You've got a thing called the sun. We like the sun better than the artificial nonsense. Wages are going way up. Crime is going way down. And our military is more powerful right now than ever before. And when we took over 2.5 years ago, our military was in big trouble. It was depleted. You know that. It was depleted. The equipment was old. The planes were old. Oh, we have the most beautiful fighter jets in the world being delivered now every day. Every day. Our spirit is strong. Our stride is back. And our stand is clear. We are finally putting, like I said, America first. And after years of building up foreign countries, we are now building up our country. It's about time. We've got the hottest economy anywhere in the world. The United States added 263,000 jobs just last month, far exceeding any expectations. And since the election, we've created nearly 6 million new jobs. Now, if I would have ever said that to the fake news media, look at how many back there. Wow. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. Looks like the Academy Awards used to look before they decided to go political against us. Now the Academy Awards is, But that includes 500,000 brand new manufacturing jobs, which the previous administration said will never happen, will never happen. And it wouldn't have happened if you had them or the like. Right here in Pennsylvania, we've added 155,000 new jobs, including 20,000 new construction jobs. Nobody thought that was possible. And more than 5 million Americans have been lifted off of food stamps. We're getting Americans off welfare and back into the workforce, and it's happening by the thousands and thousands and thousands. 1 million people have been lifted out of poverty, and the poverty rate for African Americans has reached the lowest level ever recorded. The Hispanic American, African American, and Asian American unemployment rates have also reached an all-time historic low. Those debates should be very easy when we meet whoever we're going to meet. Because statistically, I mean, maybe, I don't know, who knows? Politics is a crazy world, but when you have the best employment numbers in history, when you have the best unemployment numbers in history, when you have the best economy probably that we've ever had, I don't know, how the hell do you lose this election, right? And actually, that's just the beginning. Joining us tonight are many terrific Pennsylvania Republican leaders at the forefront of America's economic revival, including members of Congress G.T. Thompson, Scott Perry, and Dan Muser. You know them. You know them. By the way, they've really been great in Congress, and they've helped me. They're warriors. Also, we have a couple of very popular guys that are with us, and they've been incredible friends of mine, Tom Marino and Lou Barletta. Where are they? Oh, hello, fellas. Great people. Thank you. And also Pennsylvania GOP Chair Val DiGiorgio. Thank you, Val. As you know, tomorrow there is a crucial election. That's why I'm here. I'm here to see you, but I'll be seeing a lot of you over the next year. I'll be here a lot. Got to win this state. Got to win this state. We did great last time. Remember the polls, the fake polls that they put out? Suppression. They call them suppression polls. Pennsylvania will go to Hillary Clinton. Unfortunately for them, it didn't work out that way. So, but do you remember that night? They wouldn't announce Pennsylvania. There was 1% left. If I lost every single vote, I would win. They wouldn't do it. It got later and later. And then they announced Michigan, we won. Wisconsin, we won. And then they finally announced we won the great state of Pennsylvania. Took them a long time. They had a hard time with that one. But we have a big race tomorrow. You got to go. Raise your right hand. You all promise I'm going to go out and vote? And you know who you're voting for. So we have a great gentleman, very successful businessman, the 12th Congressional District. The Democrat running for the seat is a radical socialist. The Democrat candidate wants to open your borders, and we're fighting like hell with the worst laws to get those borders closed. The wall is being built as we speak. We'll have almost 500 miles of wall by the end of next year. It's terrible. Terrible. Look at that. Can you get him up here? Get him up here. Come on. Look at this guy. Now we know who he's voting for. Thank you very much. He said, I'm from San Diego. Do you believe that? He said, I'm from San Diego, and we need that wall. And, you know, in San Diego, as you know, it's going up, and now it's up And here's what they did in California. They wanted the wall so badly. And so I did it. And I said, you know, maybe I shouldn't do it politically. Let them ask. I did it. And now it's beautiful. People not coming in. It's beautiful, right? In San Diego. And now they go out and say, we didn't want the wall in the first place. They didn't. They wanted the wall desperately because they were being flooded with illegal immigrants. Is that right? Flooded. Now they don't have that, but now they find that it's a terrible situation we're in, but that's okay because we always win. Somehow we always find a way to win. Now, it would be awfully good if we sat down for 15 minutes. We could stop up that border so perfectly. The laws and the judges are so against us. It's actually incredible. But we're going to win, and we're winning now. But it shouldn't be hard. It should be really easy. We raise, you know that. You know the word raise taxes? Does anybody like it? They want to raise your taxes. They go out and say, we as Democrats want to raise your taxes. They want to shut down your American energy. They think these are good things. They want to destroy your Second Amendment. No more Second Amendment. The Republican candidate, somebody who is absolutely a winner, somebody that I didn't want to take a chance. You know, normally I could do other things tonight. I like you. I love this state. I figured, hey, it's a Monday. We have an election tomorrow. Who the hell wants to sit around doing nothing on Monday night, right? And by the way, the First Lady sends her regards. She loves this state. Did a great job. She campaigned here on our last day, just before the election. But we have a man who's a special man. He's a successful businessman and owner. He believes in protecting the border, defending our Second Amendment. He's not letting anything happen to your Second Amendment. And you know what? If we aren't smart, it'll end for you with the Second Amendment. It'll end for you on so many other things. Your taxes will go up. You know, they're talking about 70, 75%, right? You know what we have it down to? And we got the business tax down to 21% from essentially over 40%. Fred Keller is a tough man. He's tough on crime. He loves our military. He loves our police. He loves our vets. And he will always protect patience. And he will always go for, like me, and I say it so strongly because the fake news doesn't want to say it, we will always protect pre-existing conditions. Very important. And by the way, we got rid of the individual mandate, the worst part of Obamacare, and we almost had it repealed and replaced, but we had one man that after campaigning for 8 years, he decided to go thumbs down at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's all right. But we'll end up with even better because we have plans that are even better than that, so that's good. Sometimes when you have adversity, it works out actually better. But I want Fred to please come on up. You have to get out tomorrow. Fred Keller, 12th District. He's going to be a great congressman. Fred.
Mr. President, welcome to Central Pennsylvania. Thank you for coming tonight to show your support for the hardworking people of Pennsylvania's 12th Congressional District. The people of northeastern and north central Pennsylvania have been behind you since day one. And Mr. President, our support for you is as strong today as it ever was. In 2016, Pennsylvania put Donald Trump over the top. And in 2020, we're going to do it again. Say, USA. Mr. President, since you took office, our economy is booming. More people are working, wages are rising, and America again is respected across the globe. Pennsylvania, do we want 4 more years? We do, Mr. President. We are making America great again. I'm running for Congress to help President Trump take care of our vets, make the middle-class tax cuts permanent, build the wall, and make sure that in everything we do, we always make sure America's workers and families come first. Our opponent, he wants to help Nancy Pelosi and the Washington liberals. He wants to help them pass the Green New Deal, take away your health care, and obstruct what our president is doing. The stakes couldn't be higher. This election, we're going to elect Donald Trump president again in 2020, but this election, it begins tomorrow. It begins tomorrow with a special election right here in Pennsylvania's 12th congressional district. Folks, there couldn't be more at stake. You need to talk to your friends, family, and neighbors and tell them if they want to help President Trump make America great, they need to get out tomorrow and vote to send me to Congress. Thank you. God bless you. God bless our president, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Fred. Go get him, Fred. So get out tomorrow. It's a little bit of a referendum. You know, a lot of people are watching this race. I don't know if there are other races or not. Who the hell cares? We have Fred. We have to get Fred in there tomorrow. If he wins, they won't report it. If he loses, it'll be the greatest story in the history of our country. They will make that into, and we don't want that, they will make that into the single greatest event that our country has ever seen. I've had it before where somebody comes, you know, when we campaign for people, they win. And a lot of cases, Andy Barr in Kentucky, and I'm also, you know, we also won the Senate. You wouldn't believe that if you read. We won the Senate, we picked up 2 additional seats. Remember, they were going to win the Senate, but I campaigned, I made 32 major stops in a short period of time. You think that's easy? And then I had to make 2 more on the final day of a runoff. Cindy Hyde-Smith, she won. She did great. She did great. But that was a lot of work, and we won the Senate. We got no praise. We got no acclamation. We got nothing. But you know what? Tomorrow, Fred, is a lot of people are watching. A lot of those fakers back there are watching, and they're gonna be reporting very positively. I'm sure if he wins, but you gotta make sure he wins, please. You know what they'll say? President Trump came to Pennsylvania, and he went back home a loser. I never want to be called a loser. Remember this: we all together, we ran one time, and we're 1-0, but it was for the big one. Now we're going to have a second time. And we're going to have another one. And then we'll drive them crazy. Ready? And maybe if we really like it a lot, and if things keep going like they're going, we'll go and we'll do what we have to do. We'll do a 3 and a 4 and a 5. Watch. They'll have tomorrow. We knew he... No, I don't want to say. Now we're going to have another one, and it's going to be great. And, you know, one of the things we're talking about, the greatest probably, I think, political slogan of all time is what you have on your hats. Make America great again. But now, our military is so powerful. We're taking on countries in trade that the Democrats and Republicans didn't do anything about, in all fairness. For years and years, China and so many other countries, I don't want to embarrass because, frankly, a lot of them are great people, but they don't understand how they got away with it either. But we have to make a decision soon. Do we keep our logo? Do we keep our slogan, Make America Great Again? Or it's very risky. Changing the most successful slogan has to be. They think that was one of the greatest elections of all time. And now we're taking the slogan or the logo from that election and possibly changing it. But we've had 101 or 102 all-time high stock markets, record stock markets. We have just about the best unemployment in history, including the absolute best for African American, Asian, as you know, and Hispanic. So we have all of these records that we've been setting. Our military is strong. Our Second Amendment is good. Everything's good. So do we make it Make America Great Again? And we're going to go with cheers here, one way or the other. Or do we make it Keep America Great? Because you have some of, look, you know this, you have some of these socialist wackos. They want to double and triple your taxes, and that won't come close to paying for it. They want to knock down all buildings in Manhattan and rebuild them without windows. You know about that, right? Let's rebuild them. Glass is no good. We don't want windows. I used to love the view, but I think we'll all be forced to close up windows. No, it's crazy what they're saying. So many different things. So do we want Keep America Great or Make America Great Again? We'll go Keep America Great first. Ready? So Keep America Great or Make America first. Keep America Great. Now, it's very hard to leave something that was so successful. I've had people say, even though it's not spot on, because in theory we've made America great again, we certainly will by the time of the election. But you look at the numbers, but it's so good. It's very hard to take an expression and say, let's change it. So let me have it for Make America Great Again. So now we go. Ready? Keep America Great. Ready? Make America Great Again. Whoa! Wow. Well, I like it because we'll sell many, many more hats that way. We'll keep the hat the same color, though, right? You understand what I'm saying, though, about, right? Keep America great. Look at, I've had that response from others. It's amazing. I like to do polls that are cheap. I hate to say it. This is a cheap poll, but it's better than any poll you could get. You ever see they go out and they interview like 103 people? I got thousands here tonight. Well, I think we'll have to consider that then. But either way, it's going to be great. We're going to have a great campaign. We have a great country. And we have, in fact, made America great again. We brought it back. We brought it back. And I'll tell you, our country is respected again. All you have to do is speak to the folks in China, in Japan, speak to the folks no matter where you go. The European nations, you speak to them. You go European Union as an example. They've badly mistreated us for many years, but they sound good. I say the biggest, oh, they're all European Union. We need a doctor, please. A doctor, please. Do we have a doctor? Doctor in the house, please. Thank you, doctor. Thank you. Take your time. Some of these people in the front row, they've been here for 2 days, and I don't blame them, right? I don't blame them. They've been waiting in line for 2 days. It's tough. Thank you, fellas. Thank you. Take your time, doctor. Take your time. Those are our friends right there. Those are our friends. Take your time. How are they doing? She gonna be good? Gonna be good? Doc, everything okay? You good? Good. Thank you. We stick together, folks. We stick together. Take your time. Take your time. We love you too. Even with that powerful man's voice, I love that guy. I think I'm in love. Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you for taking, Doctor, thank you for such a good job. Thank you very much. Under my administration, we're reversing years of failed trade policies that crushed Pennsylvania's middle class. You know that better than anybody. You know it better than anybody, what they did to Pennsylvania, in particular. Ohio, Pennsylvania, some of the states in particular. Frankly, North Carolina, what they did was disgraceful, what they did to the workers. They took out your businesses. They moved them to other countries. They sold back the product with no taxes, nothing. You lost your jobs. We lost revenue. And nobody even apologized except me. I said, we're going to turn it around, and that's what we've done. Now we have companies are pouring back into our country. They want to be where the action is. They're pouring back, including the auto company. In the 8 years before my election, the United States lost 250,000 manufacturing jobs. But the great betrayal of the American worker ended on day one, the day I took office. And you know that better than anyone. The forgotten men and women of America will never, ever be forgotten again. It's not going to happen. And they're looking for you. They're trying to figure out who the hell were all these people? Where did they come from? Remember? The deplorables. The deplorables. You know, I watched her speech. Well, she actually said, I thought worse. She said deplorables, and didn't she say irredeemables? To show you how good I am politically, I said, oh, that's a killer. The word irredeemable is, well, it turned out to be deplorable. Was the word that caught on, right? I would say irredeemable is worse than deplorable. What do you think? But they believe in both, and not only her. It's the Democrats. Upon my inauguration, I inherited one of the worst trade deals ever negotiated. It was ready to be put into action, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. It would have destroyed the state of Pennsylvania. The TPP was a gift for the lobbyists and the donors and the special interests in the foreign countries that have made a fortune hurting the American worker. The TPP would have been a catastrophe for the people of Scranton and Allentown and Pittsburgh. In my first week, I proudly withdrew the United States from further negotiations on that job killing disaster, which, by the way, would have destroyed our auto business, would have destroyed it. Just like NAFTA. Just like NAFTA was such a disaster, this would have been worse. It's no wonder that when Joe Biden announced he's running for president, by the way, we have thousands of people. So, and this isn't, I'm not even announcing today. We'll wait for a couple of weeks, okay? This is just, we're going for Fred. Look at the thousands and thousands of people we have. Now, they said he had 600 people. No, I'm very good. I'm very good. I'd say 150. And that was on an announcement, right? I'd say 150 people. But he announced he's running for president, and he said it's because foreign leaders called him up and begged him to do it. Absolutely. Foreign countries liked it much better. That's what they want. They want Biden so that China can continue to make $500 billion a year and more, ripping off the United States. They like it. You look at what these countries have made. We lost on just trade $800 billion on average for many years. 800 billion, not million. 800 million's a lot. 800 billion, it's not even conceivable. And we didn't do anything about it. And I mean not only President Obama, I mean others too. It's a shame, but we're straightening it out. It's not easy. It's not easy because we have a lot of assaults from within, but we're straightening it out and it's getting done. And you see what's going with China? We will soon be taking in over $100 billion in tariffs. And remember this, they subsidize their product. People are moving from China now to go to areas that aren't tariffed. We're going to build places in Pennsylvania and others rather than like the old days. Remember the old days? We actually made our own product, okay? We made our own product. Very expensive for China. They're not happy, but that's okay. It'll all work out. Foreign countries liked it much better when they could push us around, rip us off, and make us pay for the privilege of handing over our jobs and handing over our wealth. 8 long years ago, if you remember, I said, it's really bad. We're never going back. The previous administration, what they did to our country, they should be ashamed of themselves. Sleepy Joe said that he's running to, quote, save the world. Well, he was. He was going to save every country but ours. And remember, he said a week ago, China's not a competitor. China's not a competitor. You know, hey, look. What they've done to us is indescribable economically. We have rebuilt China. They've done a great job. And I don't blame China. I don't blame President Xi. I don't blame them. Look, we allowed it to happen. Our leaders allowed it to happen. Well, it's not happening anymore. Iran and we have saved America. We made America great again, and we're going to keep America great. That's what it is. And if you don't mind, we're going to take a little bit of money out of the $100 billion that we're saving. We're going to take a little bit of money. What? Okay, doctor. Get the same doctor. Get the same doctor. He was great. Are you okay? Okay? Will be okay. Go ahead. Take your time. Take your time. I love these people. I love them. Take your time. We'll be okay, they say. Come on, let's go. Make sure she's okay. Make sure. Take your time. No, the truth is there's a lot of excitement at these rallies, and they wait a long time, and people are excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Good. A lot of excitement. A lot of energy. We have a lot of low energy people out there that we're competing against. Low energy. But vicious. They're vicious, but they're low energy. Thank you. Yeah. No more spying on Trump. I think they learned that didn't work out too well. He did a good job. He did a good job. Where is Don Jr.? Don? They like the job you did, Don. You okay? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Great job. Thank you. So the very same establishment that sacrificed our prosperity, weakened our military, and tied us down through endless wars that never ended, folks. They never ended. You saw what we did with the caliphate. Now, you have to understand, these people are stone cold crazy. So you never say you won, because then they blow up a store, they hurt and kill people. They're totally crazy. But we beat and took 100% of the caliphate, the area, the land, took 100% and did it very rapidly, very rapidly. But we want to start bringing our people back home. We win and bring them back home. And now they're asking us to repeat history and relive the same failures all over again. The failures they brought you like you wouldn't believe, and we're never going to let it happen. One of the worst fiascos from our former leaders was the disaster of NAFTA. All buildings in Pennsylvania, in New England, all over, they were they're empty. And even to this day, some were converted to nursing homes, some were taken over, but you still see the shock of what they went down. And now we're replacing them with brand new, beautiful buildings. We've got it up, we've got it working again. All over the country, we're building plants and factories like actually never, ever before. Nearly 2 decades ago, the same politicians who gave us NAFTA also voted to admit China into the World Trade Organization, a disastrous, really, decision. I mean, that was a disastrous decision. Since then, we've lost 60,000, not jobs. Listen to this, 60,000 factories. Here's the good news. We're building them all back. They're coming back. All coming back. You know, I used to give that because it was really 2 years ago. So many have come back. But I used to give that number, and I used to say, it's got to be a mistake. You can't lose 60,000 factories. And when the fake news didn't correct me, I knew that I was correct. Because if I was off by one factory, they would have said, he made a mistake. Past leaders let China freely plunder the United States economy and take the crown jewels of American industry. Now, we are finally responding to years of chronic trade abuses by defending our workers with tariffs and anything else that's necessary, because nobody's going to steal our businesses, nobody's going to close our factories, and nobody's going to close our plants anymore. They're all coming back. And anyone who doesn't want to pay the tariffs has a simple solution. Build your product in America. Bring your factories back to Pennsylvania, where you want to be anyway. You never wanted to leave in the first place. Stupid policy and taxes forced you out. Under this administration, we're living by two simple rules. Buy American and hire American, right? Simple. Simple. To protect our national security, we also imposed a 10% tariff on foreign aluminum and a 25% tariff on foreign steel. And what that's done for your aluminum and steel in this country is incredible. Now, just this month, United States Steel announced that it will invest more than $1 billion to completely transform and make new the Montour. You know that? You know where this is? Right next to Pittsburgh. In Pittsburgh. Does anyone know? Mon Valley Works near Pittsburgh. They're spending over $1 billion, thousands of jobs, the newest, the finest equipment in the world. They're going to make steel again in our country. They haven't been building new plants for decades. Together, we're putting Pennsylvania steel back into the spine of America. And as we defend our jobs, we're also defending our borders. And it's tough, as I said. No betrayal of American workers has been worse than the Democrat Party's pursuit of open borders. They want everybody to come in. And they're coming up by the thousands. And I'll tell you what, our Border Patrol, our law enforcement, ICE, they are working. They're apprehending 30, 40, 50,000 people at times. I mean, just in short periods of times. The laws are so bad. If you don't release them, they arrest you. They arrest people that are working in law enforcement. It's a disgrace. Democrat-backed policies have left our borders overrun, our detention facilities overwhelmed. As fast as we build them, they fill up, and our hospitals, schools, and public resources overburdened. Our country is full. We don't want people coming up here. Our country is full. We want Mexico to stop. We want all of them to stop. Our country is packed to the gills. We don't want them coming up. Democrats claim to take care of the poor. That's what they want to do. It's not happening that way. The poor are being hurt. The middle income are being hurt. We would lose our businesses. We would lose everything if we go with the people that you see that are running for office. You saw that. Last night I watched Alfred E. Newman. What's going on with Fox, by the way? What's going on there? They're putting more Democrats on than you have Republicans. It's something strange is going on at Fox, folks. Something very strange. Did you see this guy last night? I did want to watch. You always have to watch the competition, if you call it that. And he was knocking the hell out of Fox, and Fox has put him in. Somebody's going to have to explain the whole Fox deal to me. Democrats even want to give welfare and free health care to anyone who crosses our border. They want free health care, free education, free anything. Republicans believe we should take care of our own people, our citizens first. We have no choice. That's why we don't want them to come. And that's why my administration has published a new rule to ensure our limited supply of public housing is safeguarded for low-income Americans, not for illegal aliens who are fighting to get it. We'll soon be taking further action to ensure that federal benefits are preserved for hardworking citizens who need them the most. We're also outlining historic American immigration reform. It's working its way through. I must tell you, some of it's not going to happen unless you vote for Republicans in the upcoming election. And I will tell you, it's not very far away. And you're going to have great immigration laws. People had no idea how bad they were until, remember, even 3 or 4 weeks ago, they were saying, there's no emergency at the border. There's no emergency. Now everybody is admitting, I agree, there's an emergency. I've been saying that for 2 years. The choice is simple. Republican policies protect U.S. workers. Democrat policies protect smugglers, traffickers, and even criminal aliens. And drug dealers like you've never seen. The drugs, we're capturing them. We don't let them go. We capture them, and we do it very, very sadly. It's almost like routine. But you have drug dealers coming into our country and making our people sick, and we're capturing them. At just one example, the sanctuary city of Philadelphia released a previously deported illegal alien from prison rather than cooperate with federal authorities. After his release, that criminal alien raped a very young child. Republicans believe our cities should be sanctuaries for law-abiding Americans, not for criminal aliens. And we always stand with the heroes of ICE and Border Patrol and law enforcement. Our police have been incredible. And we want to thank them, too, because I'll tell you what, even tonight I see the way they're working. And I hope the cameras get to see this crowd. You know, usually they'll show like 4 people behind me. People will say, was it a large crowd? I said, well, you could tell by they can actually tell by the cheering. You know, sounds like a big football game. Sounds like a big football game. They don't like to show the crowd. Explain that to me. You know, I'm trying to tell them it's really good for television to show the crowd. Don't you show, they show like this. There's 3 or 4 people behind me that will be very famous tomorrow. But they have lousy seats tonight, so I think you're better. On the issue of the Democrat Party, it's never been further outside from the mainstream than it is now. These people have gone nuts. More than 120 Democrats in Congress have signed up for Bernie Sanders' total government takeover of health care. Now, tell me, many of you have phenomenal health care. You have private health care. 180 million people, they want to take it away from you. They want to take away your health care, your health insurance. They want to take it away. Democrats are now the party of high taxes, high crime, open borders, late-term abortion, killing your Second Amendment, and radical socialism. The Republican Party is the party that America wants. That's what America wants. We're the party of the American worker, we're the party of the American family, and we're the party of the American dream. Every day we make good on our motto, promises made, promises kept. We've kept more promises than we've even made. You take a look at what we've done between regulations and taxes and, I mean, think of it, right to try. You know what right to try is? I won't go into it. You don't want to be there. But now we can give them the benefit of the great research. We have the best in the world. And there's a lot of great things happening. I signed it 8 months ago. A lot of great things happening with right to try. We passed the largest package of tax cuts in the history of our country. We eliminated 30,000 pages of job-killing regulations from the Federal Register, and that's an all-time record. And I withdrew the United States. I thought I'd be hit hard on this one, and I wasn't. Just ask, how are they doing in Paris? From the past administration's job-killing Paris Climate Accord, which would have cost a fortune and would have hurt our country horribly. We will never allow foreign bureaucrats and countries to trample on our sovereignty or to shut down our jobs. which is what that would have done. Yet every Democrat running for president wants to reopen the economic assault on Pennsylvania by crippling the coal and shale industries and by crippling your now, once again, great steel industry. Your steel industry is great. So if you want American energy, you have to go Republican. If you want a great country, you have to vote Republican. We've appointed more than 100 federal judges already, soon to be a record, to apply the law as written, including, well, you know this, 2 great Supreme Court justices, Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. 2 great justices. They're great. We've launched a historic initiative to reduce the price of prescription drugs. And last year, for the first time in 51 years, drug prices went down. First time in 51 years, but we're going to bring it way down. And we passed VA choice and VA accountability to give our veterans the care that they deserve. And they've been trying to pass these things for 45 years. We've made a record-setting investment in the United States military, including more than $70 million to build submarine propellers at the Naval Shipyard in a place called Philadelphia. And to protect America's security, I withdrew the United States from the horrible Iran nuclear deal. Doctor? Doctor. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor. Take your time again. We have all night, right? I don't know what this does to television, but that's okay. How is she doing? Okay? Take your time. Take your time, Doc. Are those lights bright enough? I think that's why people are going down, these crazy lights. And they look like they cost a fortune, too. I don't know who got those lights, but they're very bright. A real genius got those lights. How's it going, Doc? Good? Good? Good. He's good. We take care of our people. We have great people. And I recognized Israel's capital and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. And just a few weeks ago, the United States acknowledged Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. And we stand with the people of Venezuela, Cuba, and Nicaragua in their righteous struggle to be free. So, each of us here tonight is united by the same timeless values. We support the rule of law and the incredible men and women of law enforcement. Thank you all. A lot of them here tonight. We protect, cherish, and defend the Constitution of the United States. We reject the ideology of globalism, and we embrace the doctrine of patriotism and the doctrine that we love our country. We love our country. We love the USA. We believe in strong borders, strong families, and a strong national defense. We believe in the dignity of work and the sanctity of life. We believe in religious liberty, the right to free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms. We believe that children should be taught to love our country, to be proud of our history, and to always respect our great American flag. And we believe in the words of our national motto, "In God we trust." These are the traditions, the customs, and principles that bind us together as neighbors, as citizens, as Americans. These are the values that unite people all across this magnificent state of Pennsylvania, where, by the way, I went to school. I went to school in Pennsylvania. And these are the reasons I need you to get out and vote tomorrow for Fred Keller. Got to get out. Big showing. We got to win tomorrow, Fred. Fred's going to be working all night, all day. Fred Keller tomorrow, folks. Remind each other, call each other up, get out and vote. Can't take a chance. He's going to win. We're going to win. You joined our movement because you rejected the failures and betrayals of the past. You stared down a corrupt system that enriched itself at your expense. And you look at what we just went through with this phony deal, this phony witch hunt that we all went through together. It's a disgrace. Now they're all blaming each other, do you see? They're all turning on each other. Isn't that pretty to watch? It's his fault. No, it's his fault. No, we caught them. They were spying. They were spying on our campaign. I'll tell you what, if that ever happened to the other side, this thing would have been over 2 years ago. And you know, it would have been treason. They would have called it treason. And that's what it is. It was treason. And it should never be allowed to happen to another president again. Ever, ever, ever. You reclaimed your destiny. You defended your dignity. And you took back your country. Well, we have a great new Attorney General who's going to give it a very fair look. Very fair look. You've always been loyal to this nation. Now you finally have a president who is loyal to you. It's taken you a long time. Your dreams are my dreams. Your hopes are my hopes. And your future is what I'm fighting for. Each and every day I'm fighting. I had such an easy life. People say, I had such an easy life. Who the hell knew it was going to be this difficult? But I love it. You know why I love it? Even though we had artificial obstacles put in our path, even though we had phony Russian hoaxes and witch hunts and people that hate Trump and hate you, angry Democrats, all after us, with all of it, and they still have, it's like little embers that are burning. They're going crazy. Because when the Mueller report was finished, it said no collusion. They went crazy. But you know what? They knew it. They knew it. It's all a game. It's not like they didn't know. They knew there was no collusion. They're smart people. Everyone from Schiff to Nadler to Schumer to Pelosi, they all knew there was no collusion. I come to the great state of Pennsylvania and I say, oh, I need some help. Let me call, let's see, Russia. Let's call Russia. It's the greatest hoax ever perpetrated on this country. From now until November 3rd, 2020, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting. And we are going to keep on winning. That's what we're doing. With every last ounce of heart and hope and sweat and soul, we are going to make our stand, and it's a tough stand, and it's a beautiful stand. We are going to stand for liberty. We are going to stand for justice. We are going to stand for faith, family, and freedom. We are going to stand for the sacred rights given to us by the hand of Almighty God. We are one united movement, one united people, and one United States of America. And together we are the proud people of Pennsylvania, a great state, a beautiful state, a tough state. The people are tough and they're strong and they're smart. I know them well. I know them well. And don't forget, Biden deserted you. He's not from Pennsylvania. I guess he was born here, but he left you, folks. He left you for another state. Remember that, please. I meant to say that. This guy talks about, oh, I know Scranton, I know that. Well, I know the place is better. He left you for another state, and he didn't take care of you because he didn't take care of your jobs. He let other countries come in and rip off America. That doesn't happen anymore because we're going to make America wealthy again. We're going to make America strong again. We're going to make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Pennsylvania.